Hey everybody, welcome back to the Pokemon Generation 2
Amazing you read the sign from the side like that.
Alright, so this place of interest right here is Mount Mortar.
Mortar. No, Mortar.
Mortar.
Okay,
We won't
Mortar.
be visiting here until late game because you need Waterfall to completely explore it. And I figured, I don't want to half explore it. This won't be another Ruins of Alph.
No, well, that shit's done in one
Yeah,
sitting.
we're going to do it in one sitting.
You know, personally, I wish you waited 10 levels for your Vaporeon to gain to gain Dark type coverage with Bite, but whatever.
What do you mean?
If Eevee at level 30 learns Bite, then you can evolve it that way.
So is Vaporeon.
Vaporeon learns Bite at 30?
Yeah.
Oh, you're cool then.
Yeah, she'll learn Bite. Yeah, Eevee is one of those rare Pokemon that actually still learns moves after you give it a stone.
Yeah.
Nidorino, can you close your mouth?
No, but yeah, open wide. Surf's up.
Because I don't think Nidoqueen or Nidoking learn anything after you evolve.
They do learn few moves. Like, I know Nidoking will learn stuff at like 23 and 30, I think. Or at least in this gen. They will learn other moves at like 45 or something. But, like, comparison to other Pokemon, there's still not like a huge lot of learning to do.
Yeah. Oh, for the record, there were a couple of times when Mom called me and said she bought a few items from me. And I now have a Sun and Moonstone in my inventory.
Oh,
Nice.
shit.
Oh, you got another? Wait, you got a Sunstone?
Yeah.
Oh, there's another way to learn it. Gain one outside of the bug catching contest. I never knew that.
But
Oh,
damn,
no, I'm sorry.
But,
There's probably just a Moonstone then.
but we're not in Alola.
Where the hell did she get it?
Good question.
She was
Dick-
fucking going cave excavating when I wasn't looking?
Diglett's a speedy little ground type attacker. Good attack stat in it too, but no defenses to make up for it.
Yeah, it goes down real easily. Although Vaporeon, though, is a damn tank.
Vaporeon's an HP tank. And good special defenses, but not too much in the physical defense department, which Vaporeon doesn't really worry about because her HP's covering for that. Plus it gains acid armor to make up for that.
Won't be until I think in her 40s when she'll get ice coverage and Aurora Beam.
Yeah, because unless you're going to show off 4,000 coins for the ice beam.
No, I don't want to do that.
I just
Game
like
corner.
Yeah.
Jeez, no.
I just like how you say like when it hits its 40s, like it's age.
Yeah, I know. Well, you know, you learn more things as you get older.
I'm 25 in Pokemon level years.
Pokemon
No, but
Master years, I have
she gets Aurora Beam
670.
later in the game, and that's her ice type move.
You know, I'm seeing this image. I'm imagining that fucking fan art of the 3 bodybuilders underneath there. Just because of how each of the 3 heads are looking at each other.
Yeah, I just like the poses.
Yeah.
Like they're just like those fucking statues from Mother 3.
Like I remember when it was Anime Weekend Atlanta, I believe.
Halo? Yeah.
There was someone cosplaying as a Diglett, but it's like the body is from Underground is like the muscular one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My personal fan art, one of my favorite fan arts of Diglett, aside from the ones that aren't like hiding a cosmic horror underneath the dirt,
Oh,
is
God.
the one where I think it was Rare Candy Treatment that did it too. They gave Diglett aerial ace, and instead of being inside the ground, it's inside a little pilot jet.
That's just cute.
It is
Anyway, the gym's blocked off because this guy insists that we visit the Lake of Rage first.
bullshit. Price is just sleepy.
What kind of name for an attraction is called the Lake of Rage?
I mean, SpongeBob had the fiery fist of pain.
The fire
That sounds like a new season sort of thing that I wouldn't get.
It was in Glove World.
Was it in Glove World?
Yeah.
Was it? That's like what, that season 1?
It wasn't season 1.
It was like early
Like,
season though.
Like I forget which season.
season 12, the one you haven't watched.
Because I got Glove for my Glove action figure.
Oh yeah.
Still one of my favorite jokes of all time on that day. I'm a man of simple taste, but
One of my favorite jokes from the animated series was Dave the Barbarian.
Oh, I love that show.
It was like thinking fast. Dave made a homemade megaphone using items such as a squirrel, a piece of string, and a megaphone.
Yeah, I love Dave the Barbarian.
he just kind of
That
gave
was-
up there in that MacGyver process. Just ordered one. Anyway, so we can actually buy Slowpoke tails at a bargain price of 9,800 gil.
Do you buy any?
No.
Fucker.
Oh, wait, the fiery fist of pain was in the, Rock Bottom.
You see, I don't remember that. That was probably like a background visual.
It probably
reference.
was.
So now we got a problem here. The Gyarados are rampaging at the Lake of Rage, to which everybody yells, "Yeah, no shit, buddy. What are you giving a couple
It's like, I wonder
Gyarados?"
why it's called Lake of Rage. Anyway, by the way, you can't exit Mahogany Town from the east because of this guy. He tries to force down Rage candy bars down your throat. You can buy it for 300.
Here.
It heals 20 HP, so it's like a poor man's potion.
It really is.
No, by that I mean you'll be a poor man if you keep buying these instead of potions.
Here,
But
fun factor: Rage candy bars are made from Gyarados manure.
Gross.
I believe it. But anyway, he won't let us leave. So it looks like we're locked in the plot.
We're
For the
locked
time
in
being.
plot. Actually,
You can head to Mahogany
there's
Town.
more to it. It's not just that. You have to not only this he's the block off. You have to actually defeat Chuck and Jasmine as well, or he won't let you go.
Really?
If you defeat Price here, but you still haven't taken care of the other two, he'll go, well, you're new here. Why don't you take in the sights?
I was like, I'm here already.
Yeah, that's
like,
basically
let
the
me
guy.
go.
What he doesn't tell you is that it's on the path to the Elite Four.
I mean,
Yeah.
if that was the case,
That's
I'd
when the
buy
game
that.
tries to railroad you back onto the
yeah,
plot
because the
pathway.
game does open up when
Come
you
to think,
when
wait,
you get to Olivine.
Come to think of it, I think he still blocks you off until you do not only Price, Jasmine, and Chuck, but the rocket shit.
Yeah, the rocket shit I think is because they really want you to do the rocket shit as soon as you get to the Lake of Rage.
Rocket shit.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, but like I said, in case you haven't noticed the levels, this is when the game realized this is because I think it's like the developers trying to compensate by means of, oh yeah, nothing stopping the player from going right. We should scale the levels for that.
Yeah.
But then they also realize, oh.
Yeah, because again, it is as soon as you get to
Surf?
As soon as you get surf or anything like that, what's the damn city on top before you head west or east to Olivine or east to Mahogany Town? Ecruteak. Once you get to Ecruteak, you can technically go both ways. You can go west or you can go east. The game compensates for both.
Right.
Which is why even
The
at
level curve
we
is
went
low.
to we went to Olivine and we went to Cinnawood. We faced Pokemon in their 30s, especially Jasmine being the end-all be-all example, 35 Steelix. Now we're back on to the east of Ecruteak, and everyone's back in their teens.
Right,
You know?
which means the levels take a fucking dive.
Yeah, they take a dive. It's so jarring, but it's the game's way of trying to compensate for both decisions. In case you wanted to go east first instead of west, you can do both. But it's like now you're way over leveled.
Yeah.
So the gym the trainers are nothing. They're absolutely nothing in this pathway.
And like I said, it's the one thing Gold and Silver does wrong, and it just irks me.
Yeah, just Gen 2 in general is like
It's miserable when it comes to raising
yeah,
Pokemon.
it gets a little it's tiresome. That's what it is. Like Johto at this point is now tiresome.
But here's also I think there was like a slight attempt at trying to fix that with Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
Oh, Heart Gold does a much better job.
No, it doesn't.
I think it does.
In terms of regular levels, no. But what it does do is the trainer call rematches that it allows you to do.
Yeah.
And a loophole. There's a match call system basically. Let's use old Joey with the Rattata for example here. You can only rematch him, let's say, on Tuesdays and Thursdays between 4 and 6. As long as you're in that 4 to 6 and you're not in the same screen as him, give him a call. He'll rematch you, and you can keep doing that shit repeatedly. That's also how you fast travel with EV and IVs in that game.
Did you just get robbed?
Yes, you did.
I paid a toll. So yeah, when you're heading
No,
up
you didn't pay a toll. You got mugged.
when you're heading north to the Lake of Rage, there's this building here that's being guarded by Team Rocket goons. Don't head in there. You can head to the left. There's a left pathway you can take that'll avoid that little toll entirely.
Fun fact, once you clear out the rockets, you go back in there, the guy will give you Sludge Bomb, which is another good TM in this generation. I admittedly forgot about. I was just thinking about it. But
I didn't know about that until now, so I'm heading back there as soon as we're done with this recording session.
Whoops. But yeah, that's actually one of the few good TMs Gen 2 introduced. It's a good physical power poison attack. Good chance of poison too. The only problem is that, it's poison, and that doesn't really give you much of edge against anything in this game.
No.
But still, it is a good physical attack. It's a good poison move, so anybody you got that wants it, knock yourself out.
Also, if you want to clean this place out, make sure you have a cut with you, because there are trees blocking the pathway there. To some items here. Some pretty good items too. We got some full heals and max potions.
You know what the funny thing is too is that you would come here. You wouldn't think to come here immediately. So you put your cutter away and you're like, fuck.
Yes, that was the case with me because you notice like in the last part, I had to do a fade cut before we got to Suicune, who was hiding near his apricot.
Yeah, that's right.
Safe house because my Bellsprout was in the box, so I had to deal with that. But I also put the Bellsprout back in the box immediately afterwards, completely forgetting that there was trees near Lake of Rage. So I'm gonna be missing out on I think at least 2 items, but I get most of the shit here, including some of the hidden item finder stuff.
That's pretty cool stuff.
Because sometimes, honestly, you don't need the item finder.
You don't need the item finder at all.
When the spot is really fucking obvious.
Right.
Some fuckboy guy.
That legit caught me off guard because I forgot I named my rifle Fuckboy. So I thought the guy was cursing me out.
You know what? I had a moment like that too. It just popped in my head. It was the one time I played Earthbound with Johnny, or not Johnny, but it was night when I couldn't sleep, so I played Earthbound on Johnny's Wii.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the fucking thing is I think one of the favorite foods I gave Ness was a pussy.
Yeah.
So needless to say, when Mom decided to cook dinner that night, he said, "What's that? You don't like to eat pussy? Too bad." I was like, "Oh,
I
fuck."
don't like to eat dick.
Dick, that was it. It was dick.
Too bad.
That's what it was. It was dick. Just plain old dick. It was just fucking funny as
Dude,
shit
your
when I called
Nido
me.
King is horribly underleveled.
Well, no, it's not. You can easily evolve Nidorino at 16. The thing is, though, is that why people choose to evolve the Nidorans as soon as they can is that they don't really learn anything good after evolving into their second stages. So, fuck it, just use
Yeah,
the
it was
stone and
funny
power 'em
because
up.
I think in to use Pokemon Speedrun as an example,
Oh, it's slow, bro.
the Pokemon of choice they use for Gen 1 speedruns is Nidoking.
Right.
And they evolve it as soon as possible because they moves they need it to like blow through everything as a TM. I think they give
Right.
it like
They have a very good TM pool.
yeah.
Slowbro. Now you get a choice between this or Slow King in this generation. Honestly, a lot of people go with Slowbro for the bulky water build because Slowbro can take a punch and dish it out, unlike Slow King, which actually can't really take too much. It just isn't so good in the punishment department. Ooh, a point level up.
Does it make up for it with a substantial special attack?
Not substantial enough to really warrant it. Plus, you know, well, it depends upon what build you want to really go with, but honestly, it's easier to get a bulky water setup with the Slowbro. Plus, Water and Psychic are good attack types in this game for what it's worth.
Oh boy, you kept this one.
No, it's just a ferret.
Ferret. Oh, you know what? I forgot ferrets were in this thing. In case you didn't want to raise a Sentret, and I don't blame you, you can catch ferrets over here. Ferrets are the evolved form of Sentret. They got much more balanced stats, but it's still the early game Common.
It's still a Common, yeah. I mean, Commons can be cool. I mean, what
Rattata and
generation?
Eradicator pretty good.
What generation would you say, in your opinion, had the best Common? Like, we're talking about a Pokemon you can run into as early as the first route you explore, and it's actually pretty viable even late game.
Gen 6 had Tailo.
What was the was Gen 5 Part 1 and 2 the
Gen 5 Part 2 was another great one.
what was the name
Because Gen 5 Part 2, you can get like fucking
of-
Riolu,
what was the name of the
Venipede,
what was the name of the electric cat?
the Electric Cat,
Yeah, it was a cat like Pokemon that was electric type.
Shinx,
Was
Gen
it
4.
Shinx? Was that Gen 4?
Shinx was Gen 4.
I think he was a Common.
He was a Common.
Yeah. Well, either way, I ended up liking that one.
Oh, I really liked it because it did split, meaning
Split.
that you can give it Crunch and Thunderfang. Too bad its electric attacks weren't super good, and holy shit, it's my favorite,
So wait, it's
Which isn't
level
so-
10.
which isn't so good in this game, sadly.
Well, so wait,
because this was the generation where the splits happened, and Gyarados didn't quite get enough physical moves to make good use of itself, so it's not as good in this one, but it starts picking up the slack in Gen 3 with Tauntrados, and then Gen 4 is when it becomes a fucking ace in everybody's team.
I'm
Finding
assuming
good-
Tauntrados is a nickname.
Yeah, you give it a taunt, and it's pretty much a moveset that gives it taunt, and then you use Dragon Dance to boost up its attack and special stats so you can't cripple it, and then you just go waylay with Earthquake and a physical move of your choice.
Oh, what were you saying earlier?
you
early-
bring up the term common.
Yeah.
You mean like a common Pokemon?
Yeah, that's what usually
A
nicknames for.
Pokemon that you normally find in your first route that everybody is most likely to have, like Pidgeys, Rattatas.
Caterpies.
Caterpies.
Fearow. Not Fearow.
No,
Fuck.
you know, the common Fearow.
I would love that if I went for the legendary names.
Oh, shit.
I know, it's like,
If you look over
yes.
there,
Come
you can
on,
see-
everybody sees these.
Look, it's a Suicune. I got 5 of them.
And Eugene is just there with a jaw
Who
drop.
said Ryan?
Just right, dude. No, but one of the fun Pokemon on that topic you were talking about is Tailo. Because in Gen 6, Tailo, when it would fully evolve into a Fletchinder, it had a Gale Wings for the high priority Brave Birds. Starly's another good one that I think of it too. Granted, its whole ideology was to live fast and die young to begin with, but it really had a really high attack stat and speed, so you could easily go with the takedown Brave Bird. Close Combat was introduced in that Gen 2, which was fucking amazing. Oh boy.
What is
Good eye.
Jesus, what is that?
That's the melody that fucks up with Magikarp.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they didn't do any gameplay integration with it, which case if you had a Magikarp on your team, bam, it's the Gyarados. So you know what? With that trainer that had the 2 level 10 Gyarados, that probably explains what's going on here.
Maybe that's what happened. Yeah.
I like to. I mean, it may not be what they were going
You
for,
could-
but I fucking like to make a story
I'd buy
about
it
it.
if that was the case. So anyway, yeah. So in terms of what's going on with the story here, something is causing the Magikarp to go fucking ape shit
And evolving
and
to Gyarados.
prematurely evolving into Gyarados. And if we go into the radio station, we can actually find out that there's this weird ass broadcast signal coming from someplace.
Mind control.
No, it's like it's.
You will evolve into a Gyarados.
It's not so much.
You will
money.
become shiny.
No, I wish. Yeah, ooh, it's the shiny channel. Put this on for like 100% chance of catching a shiny in the wild. But no, it's this signal is causing the Magikarp to go to lose their minds and go evolve into Gyarados way earlier than they should.
One thing I liked about the anime is that they made up a bit more of a storyline to it with the Red Gyarados that becomes Lance's.
Yeah.
Lance gives a story to it, making it sound like it was cheated out of its childhood in a way, so by being forced to evolve before it should have. Hence the anger of that Gyarados, which I liked.
Yeah.
The lake becomes much more what's the word I want to use? Convoluted in Gen 4. Like you now have a whole branching pathways to explore throughout the lake to get through it. By the way, guess what you're catching in here? Magikarp and Gyarados.
Yeah, Magikarp and Gyarados. Yeah, both of them for the record. It's not just Magikarp. Because, the broadcasting is currently going on. Which is to say, I mean, is the attention to detail on a level where if, like, the signal was turned off, can you go back here and it's nothing but Magikarp now?
No, you can catch Gyarados here too.
Okay.
Which, I mean, helps, if you don't want to stick around with a Magikarp.
I suppose. You see, I always have a stigma of catching evolutions below their level threshold. Like, to me, I don't trust a level 9 Pidgeotto.
Why not?
I honestly wouldn't either.
Honestly, Matt, there's no reason for me to feel that way. It's just something I have against. Like, to me, I think training a Pidgey to level whatever it evolves to Pidgeotto, 16, 18, is better than catching a Pidgeotto that I got at 9.
See, the thing is, though, is that in the original...
This is not the Gyarados I was looking
for. There's a mentality about that.
I think it has something to do with EVs.
No, you know what it is? When you were a kid, you may not have noticed it because we never knew anything about EVs and IVs back in the old days. If you caught a Pokemon at 32 and raced it to 64, the stats would be better than if you caught the straight 64.
Yes.
That's only because you're seeing the EVs and IVs. You're seeing the EVs at work when you're in a training nest in comparison to beforehand. So that's probably why you never did it that way. Because if you raised the Pidgeotto from 9 to 18 as opposed to the Pidgey that was from 3 to 18, you're going to see the work in the level 3 Pokemon faster.
Yeah. And I think like the EV bonuses happen to evolution.
Right.
So. To me, and to me, that's always stuck to me since Gen 1.
Now, here's the thing about the Gyarados. One good thing you can say about Gyarados in Gen 2 is that it will have Dragon Rage. And 40 HP is a lot of damage in the Johto games.
It is guaranteed 40 damage.
Yeah, I know, but what I'm saying is that, remember the level curve. There's that 40 damage is a lot of damage.
Yes. So anyway, assuming you had God luck or like the best RNG beforehand, this may very well be your first shiny encounter. Which Gen 2 introduced. 1 out of 8,192.
And you knocked out the Gyarados.
Yes.
You fuck nugget.
I don't want to capture it.
Fuck you.
It's fine.
I know. Fuck you.
You already got the bear in my team.
I know, but I would like that Gyarados.
Yeah, but I want the bear riding the dragon.
Fuck yeah, exactly. And it's bear riding the sea serpent.
Oh, who's this guy?
Yeah, who the fuck are you, clown?
It's like it's full of Gyarados, but nothing else. Bullshit.
Oh,
Ran
boy.
into like 2 Magikarp along. What are we talking about? Lance from Gen 1? Wow, he's just standing here?
Yeah, what do you expect him to do? He just fucking
I
has
thought,
like
I thought everybody just stood in their Elite Four battleground and did nothing else.
that would be a sad-ass life. Although, honestly, though, if I was Elite Four, just set up like a bedroom for my little chamber, I'd be alright with it. Bedroom and a toilet, that's all I need.
And a Keurig next to mine, personally.
I always imagined if you were, you'd be like in a room full of electronic equipment with your electric types.
Look, Lance just took off like the $6 million man.
Like, what's powering? Like,
Put a little sound effect when he's taking off. It's
like John has all the electronic equipment. How are they all powered? They're all powered by Raichus.
Exactly.
No, that's inhumane.
That's inhumane, but you'll never have to pay the electric bill again.
You know.
And we'll see you guys next week.
I'll have to save it for the next part. God damn it.